bringing you the news, events, and activities of your community college. It's the AC Report.
Welcome to the AC Report. I'm Filimon Aleman.
And I'm Aiden Blankenship.
With this quick look at what's happening at Amarillo College this week. Amarillo College is experiencing a winter weather advisory with high winds and flurry conditions. Despite the weather conditions, Amarillo College will continue to hold class unless otherwise stated. Communication Coordinator Joe Wyatt says that when it comes to weather closures at Amarillo College, we follow the Amarillo Independent School District's policy.
So therefore, when they close in the school district, we therefore close, and when they stay open, so do we.
Amarillo College is seeing many new changes, and the new COVID protocols are one of them. AC Student Health Liaison Becky Burton is in charge of the new COVID protocols on campus. She says she hopes the new CDC guidelines keep students working while in quarantine.
Our instructors are working with them on an individual basis, either sending them a link or giving them opportunities to watch recordings or do work at home. So we really hope that our students are able to keep up with their classwork.
With the new quarantine time of 5 days, students who choose to keep up with classes will be provided with resources that will help them succeed.
Amarillo College is getting 2 new tools from the STEM program. Labster offers students a virtual place to conduct lab experiments and advance 3D digital lab. Labster is heavily inspired by video games and strives to make learning fun when conducting experiments. Faculty Program Coordinator Teresa Gause-Bowling says Labster will be helpful for students stuck at home.
COVID is very rampant. I've had a lot of folks having to quarantine and using Labster in order to make up the time when they miss in labs. Things of that nature should definitely be helpful.
The second tool is the Anatomage Table. It is the most technologically advanced 3D anatomy visualizer. Officials say it will allow students to view an extremely detailed 3D model of the human body to analyze and learn all of its complex features.
AC students say they're excited about the reopening of Badger Central Bookstore and Cafe. From the remodeled cafe on the Washington Street campus, here is Reagan Lopez with the details.
That's the sound of students enjoying the recently reopened Badger Central Cafe. Cinematic arts major Ryan Hershey has visited the cafe several times.
I love it. I like it how it's cozy, it's comfy, you can just chill, it's very comfortable.
Cafe regulars like business management and marketing major Abigail Smith have their favorite spots to sit in.
Probably the couches on the side, by the fireplace. I think it's just kind of cozy, it's kind of secluded. I think it's just a little fun spot to hang out with.
Amarillo College's Badger Central Bookstore and Cafe manager Andrew Flores is excited to see all of their hard work pay off.
I'm really enjoying it. It looks very modern, very different from what we had in the past, and the students seem to be responding to it really well. I love seeing their reaction when they come into the store and realizing how much has changed and grown.
Flores says there are still changes to come.
We're replacing the front doors with the glass doors, and we're also going to be doing some modifications to the coffee bar.
Every Badger seems to have their own favorite item on the menu.
So I like the Italian cream because it's got different flavors, either savory or fruit flavors. I really like the fruit flavor strawberry. I think it's really good. It's a good, refreshing drink.
So far, the BLT. It's cheap, and it's one of the best BLTs I've ever had for the price.
I love the burger and fries, but I really enjoy our classic turkey and Swiss on a everything bagel.
Several students said they're glad that the Badger Central Bookstore and Cafe is finally open and enjoy the lively atmosphere. This is Reagan Lopez for the AC Report.
Coming up next, find out why AC is spending $4 million on a new building and learn how you can get in shape and stay involved in campus life. All of that right after this.
And now, back to the AC Report.
AC officials are buying a $4 million building. On Tuesday, January 25th, the board voted in favor of purchasing the former Albertsons building on I-40 in Washington. Officials say their hope is someday to move some of these campus programs to the facility. Communications Coordinator Joe Wyatt says the price was right.
It was like, here comes a building very closely in proximity located to this property, the Washington Street campus. Big, useful with a lot of potential type buildings like that, they just, near to where we already are, they just don't come along like that very often, the opportunity. So with the hope and dream of someday maybe finding a way to bring some of our outlying programs in closer to central Amarillo, we thought, gee, we're not really prepared and equipped to do that now, but if we acquire this building for a really good price, maybe one day then we can use it to bring some of those programs from particularly our East Campus way out past the airport, closer to home here, closer to where people's homes are, closer to where people can access those programs more easily.
Currently, the building is leased to a furniture store.
Amarillo College enrollment is holding steady despite the pandemic. AC did see a dip in numbers from fall 2019 to fall 2020. However, enrollment increased some in fall 2021. AC officials say they are happy with the slight increase. Director of Outreach Services, Cassie Montgomery, says there is room for improvement.
It's not where we want it to be. We would love for every classroom to be bursting at the seams. We would love to see students milling about everywhere. And I don't foresee that happening for several more semesters.
As we continue our spring semester at Amarillo College, the Student Life Division has plans for new upcoming activities. Student Life Associate Miranda McHugh says they plan to have activities that are both fun and COVID-friendly.
We are still very mindful of there being a good amount of students who may not feel comfortable coming out. So we do have intent to offer a handful of virtual events. We also try to have a number of come and go events.
Amarillo College wants to give students an opportunity to connect, all while making sure they stay safe and healthy.
As the semester begins, Intramural Sports is planning new and exciting events for students to participate in. Students are able to join these activities by signing into an app called I Am Leagues, which also gives them access to future events and fun throughout the semester. Intramural Sports Coordinator Trent O'Neill says intramurals are recreational sports where college students have the opportunity to participate in a variety of sports, games, and challenges with and against each other.
Later on the semester, we're going to be having a one-day soccer tournament, as well as a one-day sand volleyball tournament, and we're going to have a softball league as well that we'll be playing at John Stiff Park.
Today is Groundhog Day. February 2nd is the famous groundhog emerges from his burrow. According to folklore, if the groundhog sees his shadow, there will be 6 more weeks of winter. If he does not see his shadow, there will be an early spring. This morning, Punxsutawney Phil made his prediction at Gobbler's Knob in Pennsylvania. Phil saw his shadow, meaning 6 more weeks of winter. From the looks of things outside the FM90 studio, the furry rodent was right.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of the AC Report. For more news, events, and activities taking place at your community college, check out the Ranger online at acranger.com.